I picked up 3 games, paid $29 plus tax. One of them is the biggest score I have ever had in terms of value ever. Well, I have to come here anyway to take care of some business, so let's do a little game hunting. Let's go check it out. Nothing today, but that's okay. They had a couple new games, but they were all like super overpriced. They wanted like 19 bucks for a lot of them, so I'm like, nah, I'll pass. But yeah, nothing today. All right, so I went to Walmart, and you know, I don't ever expect to find anything at Walmart nowadays because the last several times that I've attempted to find games at Walmart, there's nothing. I found some stuff today. So it looks like they added a few extra games to their like hidden little clearance shelf. It's the shelf I check every week because they have Sekiro Shadows Die Twice in there, but it's always priced at 50 bucks and I'm not paying that for that game. So I went over there to check that to see if it dropped in price, and it didn't, but I found 4 new titles that were not there before. 2 of them I passed on because I already own them. One was Life is Strange Before the Storm and Far Cry 4 on the PS4. But there were 2 that I did end up picking up. All of these games that were added to the pile were priced at $9.88. So not bad. I would have preferred if they were like 5, but at 10 bucks a piece, I'm not going to complain too much, especially because they look like, well, one of them I know is a good game. One of them looks interesting and I've never heard of it before, so we'll see. First, we have Super Street, the game. Apparently this is some kind of like tuner company that does this. Never heard of this game. Apparently it's PS4 exclusive. It's a racing game on the PS4. I figure, you know what? It should be fun. Apparently it's like a classic arcade racer. For 10 bucks, might as well try a brand new sealed copy of it. And who knows, like I said, sometimes weird games you've never heard of before can shoot up in value for some reason. Maybe this will be one of them one day. The other one I picked up is an upgrade to a game I already have. I have this game on PS4, but they had it on Xbox One sealed for under $10. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to trade in my PS4 copy to GameStop for a profit because I think I only paid $5 for it. And I'll now have a brand new sealed copy on Xbox One for when I decide to play this game. Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Gage. I haven't played this game yet. I've bought it now twice. Obviously first on PS4 and now on Xbox One. The fact that this is a sealed game and obviously it's going to be enhanced by me playing on the Series X, that's pretty exciting. So definitely a solid pickup. I think currently it is on Game Pass, so I don't need to break this copy out yet, although I can. So I'm probably just going to keep this sealed for now, and then when the day comes that they do remove it from Game Pass, I'll have a copy I can play. So yeah, 2 games at Walmart. I paid a grand total of 20 bucks for these. I'm pretty happy with them. I think they're solid pickups to add to the collection and a nice little spark to a slow start to my game hunting weekend. Time to go to my every now and again pawn shop, or one of them at least. I don't go to this one that often just because it's kind of out of my way, but they do have flat pricing on games and sometimes you can find some scores. It's been a little bit, so I figure let's stop in, see if they've got anything good. Let's go. So as you saw, that was actually a really successful trip to Simple Pawn. The last couple times I've been, they actually had some decent games and they were willing to work a little bit on the price. So normally this place by default does Xbox One PS4 for $5 and Xbox 360 Gen for $3, which is pretty good. But of course, you know, it's a pawn shop and I'm me, so I had to try to negotiate it down, see if I could get them lower, and I did. I picked up a grand total of 6 games for a grand total of $15. So essentially the pricing that I've figured out, the previous gen games are going to be $1 each, and then the Xbox One PS4 games are going to be $4 each. So pretty solid values. 3 of them I picked up to flip, and 3 of them I picked up to add to the collection, and I'm sure you'll be able to tell immediately which ones I did that for. First one, and this one's one I actually wanted to pick up the last time I was there. It was still there, and I got it for $1, so I figured why not? ATV Off-Road Fury, the Black Label Edition on the PS2. This is a classic racing game on the PS2. Even though I don't currently own a PS2, I'm trying to bolster that collection so that when I do have one, I'll have a nice collection of games to play. $1, pretty solid pickup there. Next up, we have Soldier of Fortune Payback on the Xbox 360. Another good old first-person shooter. It does not have the manual, so it's not complete, but the disc is in decent shape. Apparently it's like a super gory, kind of realistic first-person shooter. I'm down for that. That's always cool. So another nice addition to the collection for $1. Next up, I have the second one, so I figured I might as well pick up the first one, and this one's in decent shape, although it is missing the manual. We have Medal of Honor, the Reboot on the Xbox 360. Again, it is not complete, does not have the manual, but it does have an insert. Actually, no, never mind. This one didn't have a manual. It says the manual is available online, so this is complete. But $1, not bad. I heard it's okay game, but I have the second one, so I figured I might as well have both. And then these were the games I picked up to flip, which the main reason why is because if I trade them towards Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, which is more than likely what I'm going to do with these to try to get that for virtually free, they get an extra 30% credit, and all of these are worth more than the $4 I paid for them. One of them in particular is, you already know, Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I might end up keeping this copy, actually, because it is complete. It comes with the map, as well as like some GTA DLC. It does have a different cover too, so I haven't fully decided. I might keep this one instead of the one that I have, because it looks like literally it was just open. Like, it still has the Xbox seal on the side, and it's in really nice shape. So I'm gonna trade in a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5, and it doesn't matter which one I trade in to GameStop, so I'll probably keep this one, but we'll see. It's worth $5.50 in trade-in, but with the bonus, it'll be worth even more. Next up, and I literally just traded in a copy of this, so you know how much it's worth. We have Assassin's Creed Black Flag on the Xbox One. It's worth $6.60 in trade-in. It's in good shape. Case is a little banged up, but I'm trading it to GameStop, so that doesn't really matter that much. Another solid flip. And this was the big score, and I forgot how much this game was worth, but as soon as I saw it, I'm like, if I can get it for $5 or less, I'm going to. And I got it for $4, so pretty happy with it. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the PS4. This is the second time I've traded this game in, but I only paid $4 for it. It's worth about $11 in trade-in. That's before the bonuses. So that's a solid score. This almost pays for the entire lot by itself, which is pretty fantastic. So pretty happy with my scores. Solid lot, only $15. Not too shabby. Back again. Last time I was here, I didn't have any luck finding any good games for the right price. Maybe I'll get lucky this time. Let's go in. So that was a big success. As you saw, they had a ton of games that they did not have before. I got a nice stack of them and only paid $30 for quite a few games. So I'm gonna go through them all when I get to the bench waiting for the bus home, but I got a bunch of games, so this is gonna be a fun thing to go through. Well, it's already been a pretty solid day pawn hunting, but you know what? I can't not go in here just because I've done well at other shops, so let's go take a look. If I don't come out with anything, no big deal. Let's go see. So remember a few minutes ago when I said, oh, they might not have any games, but I'm in no rush to spend money if they do. So I'll be picky. I picked up 3 games, paid $29 plus tax. One of them is the biggest score I have ever had in terms of value ever. It beats Gravity Rush Remastered, because I paid $40 for that and it was worth $140. This game is worth more than that. Not worth more than Gravity Rush, but like the differential in value is a lot higher than that even. Not a lot, but a little bit. I'm pretty psyched. So I'm gonna show you everything when I get home because I have a lot of stuff. But let's just say I did very well, even though I spent way more money than I originally expected to. today was one of the best days at the pawns I've had in a very long time, so pretty amazing. Okay, so I've returned home and it's time to go over a mega recap of everything that I picked up this past week, including the last 2 pawn shop pickups that are pretty fantastic. One in particular. I have one game that paid for the entire lot and then some. One game. So we're going to start off with the stuff that I picked up earlier in the week. Picking these off at Walmart. Both of these games were $10 a piece sealed in their clearance section. I think they were both solid pickups. I'm definitely going to keep one of them sealed because I have no reason to open it since it's a game that's on Game Pass. The other one I might unseal just because I don't know much about it. Maybe I'll try it out. But we'll see. We're going to start off with Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Gage on the Xbox One. I did have a copy of this on PS4, although I traded it to GameStop because I got this one, which is sealed, and it's on Xbox, so it's going to look better. I only paid $9.80 technically for this, and it is worth $24 sealed, so solid value there. Definitely check your Walmart clearance sections because they are clearing out some stuff. I wish I could find some 3-cent games, unfortunately. I can't. I still got a couple good $10 games, so this is a very solid pickup for $10 at Walmart. Next, we have Super Street the Game on the PS4, also sealed. I've never heard of this game before. It looks like an interesting racing game, although apparently there's like a lot of it's like you're building your car up from scratch. You can tune your car. It looks interesting. Could be good, could be terrible. Who knows? It's got a very generic title though. Again, $9.80 for this technically, and it is worth $18 new. So solid value. Next, we're going to GameStop. I traded in 2 games. First was my Final Fantasy XII on PS4, which was not nearly as good in shape as the sealed one. And the other was the free copy of Mario Power Tennis that I got. And the reason why I traded that in is because it is not for my region. It is for Saudi Arabia and Singapore. So I traded it in to GameStop. We got a decent amount of credit for it. I used that credit. Some of it was to pre-order a game, and the other was to pick up this. Ended up paying, I think it was $4 out of pocket. I think it's a solid pickup. We have the Persistence on the Switch. It's a first-person action horror game. Sounds interesting. It's not a game I've heard very much about. I paid $4.80 essentially for this, and it's worth $20. So solid pickup from GameStop. All right, pawn shops. Now I showed you the first batch, but I'm going to go over values this time, as well as I'm starting to make kind of a pile of games that I'm trading in, games I'm selling on eBay, and games that I'm actually keeping. And I'm keeping a pretty good amount of these, but there's quite a few higher dollar games in here that I'm definitely going to try to flip for a profit. All right, so first game I picked up is ATV Off-Road Fury on the PS2. It is a classic ATV racing game. Exclusive to the PS2. Paid $1 for this game and is worth $6. All these first batch of games is from Simple Pawn, so the first pawn shop I went to. $1 worth $6. Next up, we have Soldier of Fortune Payback on the Xbox 360. Not complete, but the case is in good shape. The disc is in good shape. I paid $1 for it, and it is worth $7. So again, solid pickup. Another cool-looking first-person shooter to add to my 360 collection. Speaking of first-person shooters on the 360, we also have the original Medal of Honor on the 360. Another $1 game worth $6. I have Warfighter. I paid like 50 cents for it or some ludicrous low price. So I figured, well, might as well pick up the original. So I have both games. So Medal of Honor Warfighter on the Xbox 360. All right, now of these 3 games, I'm going to be flipping them, although one of them I'm actually going to switch out the copy because this copy is nicer than mine. Starting off with Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the PS4. It is complete. The case looks a little wonky because one of the games I picked up didn't come in a PS4 case. It came in a regular like Blu-ray case for like a movie, which is kind of weird. So the artwork doesn't fit properly, but GameStop doesn't really care. I paid $4 for this with $14.30 in GameStop credit. So definitely going to be making a nice profit in terms of GameStop credit from this game. This one's one I knew I had to pick up as soon as I saw the stack of games at Simple Pawn because I knew this game had good value, and it certainly does. So nice score there for trade-in. Another one that I just traded in recently, and I'm going to trade in again, Assassin's Creed Black Flag on the Xbox One. I know this game is worth normally $6.60 in trade-in. I paid $4 out of pocket for it. And after the bonus I'm going to get for trading it towards Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, this is going to be worth about $8.58. So, again, double up on what I paid. Solid pickup. The last game, and this one, like I said, I'm going to switch out my copy for this one because this is a really nice complete copy. The disc is flawless and it comes with all the extra stuff. It is the Grand Theft Auto 5 Premium Edition on Xbox One. I have just a regular base Grand Theft Auto 5, and having the Premium Edition or not doesn't matter when it comes to trading it in towards GameStop, so I might as well keep the better version. Paid $4 for this, and it is worth $7.15 in trade. So again, solid little boost in value. Made almost 20 bucks in profit at GameStop, and I only paid 15 for the whole lot. So essentially I can, trade in those games and get the whole lot essentially for free. All right, so these are the next two lots that you did not see because I didn't show them to you. One of them has a lot of stuff in it, and then the other one has only 3 games, but one of them is the big banger for sure. So we're gonna start with Cash America. Now, as you saw in the clip that I showed, Cash America had a nice big old stack of games now. A bunch of them that I had not seen in there before. So they just restocked and had a pretty nice collection. So again, like I usually do, I grabbed a bunch, see what they can offer. Ended up paying about $30 for all this, which is a little higher than I would like to spend at a pawn shop normally. But considering I got like 12 games and a lot of them are worth some good money, I'm not that upset. So we're gonna start off with a couple bonus games. Now, there were a couple cases that had 2 discs in them, and they weren't related to the games that they were inside. So one of the games had a disc-only copy of Destiny on the Xbox 360. Obviously, I don't need a disc-only copy of Destiny. I have Destiny on Xbox One. Destiny 2 is free to play. So this isn't really worth much. It's worth like $2.50 disc only, so it's not really worth anything. I'll probably include it in like one of my random Xbox 360 lots just to get rid of it. But I mean, it's a bonus game. I'm not going to complain. I paid nothing for it. So Destiny on the Xbox 360. And the second one, and the guy, he opened it and found it and was like, yeah, you could just have that. I'm like, oh, okay. Has no value. Thomas the Tank Engine, Day of the Diesels, the movie on DVD. I mean, the disc is in good shape. I'm probably not going to watch a Thomas the Tank Engine movie, but I mean, there's a free disc, so sure, I'll take it. Now we got the game. So like I said, a good chunk of these I'm actually going to keep, and I have sorted them based on what I'm going to do with it. So the first few games I'm going to keep in my collection. I've got 1 game that I'm going to try to flip on eBay, and then I have 3 games that are going to be added to the trade-in pile, along with those games that I got from Simple Pawn. Alright, first off, we have Dragon Quest Heroes 2 on the PlayStation 4. I believe, because this is made by Koei Tecmo, this is like a Dynasty Warriors type game, but with Dragon Quest. Looks interesting. I haven't played any of it. I mostly grabbed it because it's a game I don't see very often in pawn shops, so I figured I'd, might as well. They originally wanted $10 for it, which was definitely too much, so I did eventually talk them down to $8, which is still a little high. This game is worth $11, so it is worth a little more than what I paid. I mostly just grabbed it because I wanted to include it in the bulk deal and see what price they give me. So, I mean, it looks kind of fun, and it's a nice little addition to the PS4 collection, so I'll take it. Next up, we have a game that I've already beaten. It's not worth much, but I figured, it's a first-party PlayStation game. It was cheap. I may want to play it again someday. Who knows? The Order 1886 on the PS4. I actually enjoyed this game when I played through it originally on the PS4. And this copy is pretty good. The case has a little bit of damage, but the disc is flawless. It's in pretty good shape. And again, I figured, it's a game that I don't see very often in pawn shops. I only wanted $4 for it. And it's only worth $9, so it's worth a little more than that, but not significantly. But again, I'll add it to the collection. Why not? All right, older gen stuff. And this is honestly the bread and butter of this stack. I was able to get every single game from here on out for $2 a piece, which is pretty solid, especially when you consider the value of some of these games. And when I get to the ones at the end, you will see exactly what I mean. So we're going to start off with a game that I'm going to try to flip in some way, shape, or form. I don't think GameStop takes it, although I might try anyway just to see. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 on the PS3. I already have this game on the Xbox 360, and I know they do take that version, so it's a little weird that they wouldn't take the PS3 copy. I'm probably going to bring it in just to see. I only paid $2. According to price charting, this game is worth $7. So yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 PS3. Probably going to get rid of it. We'll see how I do it. It might be in a bundle deal on eBay. It might be a GameStop. I'll figure it out. But as you can see, when I show you this next patch, they had a nice supply of Xbox 360 first-person shooters. And a lot of these I did not have in my collection, even though I definitely played this series. So I figured, you know what? Let's just scoop them all up, especially for $2 a piece. Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, the original on Xbox 360. It's a good condition copy. The case is a little messed up. Disc is in great shape. Again, $2. This game is worth $5, so it's not worth a lot. But again, you know, it's always good to go back to the old Call of Duty campaigns. And then, since I got Call of Duty 3, Modern Warfare 3, and Modern Warfare, might as well get Modern Warfare 2 as well on the Xbox 360. I've been looking to pick up another copy of this for a while. I had it a long time ago, haven't owned it since, so now I have another copy. And again, this copy is in pretty solid shape. The disc is good, it is complete. $2. This one is worth $6. Not worth much, but nice additions to the collection. Don't want to give Call of Duty all the love, so I also got Battlefield Bad Company, the original on the Xbox 360. It is the Platinum Hits copy. This game looks brand new. Like, everything is in flawless condition. I still have Bad Company 2, but I don't have the original anymore. I guess I flipped my gold edition of the original. Figured might as well for $2. This is worth $6. So again, not worth a lot, but enough to make it worth picking up. Moving on, next we have Splinter Cell Conviction on the Xbox 360. Now, I do own this game digitally, but I figured, you know, it'd be nice to have a physical copy of it. Again, good shape. It has all the inserts. It is complete. Solid pickup. Paid $2. This one is worth $6. So again, you know, not a huge boost, but nice addition to the collection. Okay, so those are all the games I'm adding to my collection. Now these, one of them I'm going to be trying to sell on eBay, and 3 of them I'm going to trade in. And let me remind you, once again, that I paid $2 each for these. These more than paid for the entire lot. Let's just put it that way. First game up, and this is the one I'm flipping on eBay, ABBA, You Can Dance. This is essentially a Just Dance game that is all ABBA music. I picked it up because it looked interesting, and dance games tend to sell decently well. I don't know how many people are like absolutely dying to play a dance game that only has ABBA music, but ABBA has enough music and enough fans where people might want to. I paid $2, and this is worth $17. So I'm gonna try to flip it on eBay. I have another dance game. I think it's all Broadway musical songs. We'll see if those sell. Hopefully they do, but I mean, nice little flip if this will sell on eBay for a decent profit. These last 3 are bolos that I'm sure if a lot of you have watched this channel for a while or watched other channels for a while, you know that these are absolute gems. Anytime you can find these games, they're absolutely worth picking up, because worst comes to worst, you can make a good profit at GameStop if you find these games. So let's just put it that way. First game, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on the Xbox 360. This game is always worth picking up. It is an expensive game. Even though it's a 360 game, I paid $2. It is worth $17.16 in trade-in at GameStop. This is the best game that I've traded in, and it's a 360 game. Let that sink in for a second. It is worth more than all of the next-gen games that I'm going to be trading in. So, very, very good pickup. Next one. Another game that you should absolutely be looking out for if you don't already, Left 4 Dead on the Xbox 360. Now, I could add this one to my collection because I don't own the original Left 4 Dead. I do own Left 4 Dead 2, which I will not be getting rid of. But I traded this one in because I figured, well, I have Left 4 Dead 2. I don't need Left 4 Dead 1. And this one is also worth a lot of money in trade-in. It is worth, after the bonuses, $10.40, and I paid $2 for it. So, another very, very solid pickup. and it is complete as well, in good shape. Left 4 Dead. Last one, and this is the second time I found this game, and I'm sure GameStop is gonna love it, the fact that I'm trading it in again. This one's in actually better shape than the last one I found. Just Dance 4. Now, I don't know why, but for some reason, Just Dance 4 on the Wii has solid value. There has to be some specific reason behind it, but yeah, this one has value. It is worth $10.40 in trade-in, and again, I paid $2 for it. So I got like almost $40 in GameStop trade-in from 3 games on the 360, and I paid $30 for the whole lot. So essentially, those 3 games I'm going to trade in are going to pay for the lot and give me extra. So pretty solid, but we're not done. Here's the big one. This is the pickup that I almost didn't do, and that's the funny thing about this. So I'm gonna tell a little story. I went to Value Pawn after grabbing lunch, and I already had this massive haul from Cash America, so my original thought was, well, I'm not expecting to come away with anything, and I'm not gonna like push too hard. If stuff's expensive, I'm just gonna walk away. So when I walked in there, I walked in, checked the normal game section, checked the case, and there was some decent stuff that they added to the case and stuff there. And a few PS4 games that I hadn't seen before. I brought them up to the counter. They wanted 10 each. I was going to put them back. But then I noticed on the counter that they were just about to put out a 3DS, a DSi, and a whole bunch of DS games. All loose. And I asked the cashier behind the counter, like, hey, how much are the DS games going for? And she told me, oh, $9 a piece. Which, if you know, DS games are pretty expensive right now, especially if you know certain ones. So of course, it was a lot of DS games, so I had to look through the whole lot, and I found a gem. As soon as I grabbed it, I was trying to get out of that pawn shop as quick as possible, because a lot of the pawn shops in my area have been checking prices on games to determine how much they're going to sell them for. Clearly, they didn't check the prices of the DS games, because if they did, this game would have been quite a bit higher than the $9 I paid for it. So we're going to start with the 2 games that are not the super high value one. First off, we have Rhyme on the PS4. I thought I owned this game digitally. Apparently, I don't. It is a red box copy, so it's got that nasty sticker in the middle, but the disc looks fine. It looks like a cool game that, you know, might be a nice little distraction, something fun to play. The case is a little water damaged, which is unfortunate, but I mean, still the game's in good condition. I paid $10 for this, which is more than it's worth. It's only worth $9. But again, I didn't want to just grab the one high value game. I wanted to like get a couple things just to kind of, you know, not only keep the juices flowing, but also I didn't want them to like look up the price of the other things. So Rhyme on PS4, and it's a nice addition to the collection. I will gladly take that. Next up, and this is a game I do own digitally, but I wanted a physical copy because it's a cool game. We have Tearaway Unfolded on the PS4. So if you don't know, this is a port of a Vita game that was made by Media Molecule, the guys who made Little Big Planet. It's like an RPG/platformer kind of thing that looks like Papercraft. I did play some of it on the Vita. It's pretty solid, and it was a PlayStation Plus game, so I have the digital copy on PS4, but I figured, you know what, it might not be a bad idea to have a physical copy of it. Paid $10 for this, and it is worth $11, so not worth much more than what I paid, but you know, nice addition. Okay, before I show this last one, I know I've been hyping it up a lot. I have done research to verify things. So if you don't know, because DS game prices, or especially games of this caliber, are very expensive, there have been a lot of fakes that have shown up on various storefronts. According to all of the research that I have done, and I did quite a bit of research before I made this video and before I listed it on eBay. Yes, it is already listed on eBay. I have verified this is authentic, and that's a very, very important factor in the value of this game. Let's put it that way. For $9, I picked up Pokemon Heart Gold on the DS. This game is worth $121.
Mamma mia!
Oops. Yeah, this more than pays for the entire lot of everything that I picked up this week, and then some. So pretty big deal. And it was funny because I was remarking to myself today, like, man, I'm waiting for the day where I find like a super high value game that I can pick up for cheap at a pawn shop. And it happened today. So even though technically Gravity Rush Remastered is worth more money than this is the best score I've ever had on a single game, considering I only paid $9, and it's worth $111 more than what I paid for it. That's insane to me. So, an authentic copy of Pokemon Heart Gold on the DS. What a note to go out on. That's all I gotta say. What a note to go out on. I had quite a game hunting adventure today. Got some great stuff from Walmart, picked up a cool game from GameStop, and got a bunch of games with a lot of value from pawn shops. Can't ask for anything more. That is going to do it for this episode of The Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, this series airs on Mondays, and we also have gaming-related content coming out on Wednesdays and Fridays on this channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. And I will see you on the next Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.